switch to cloth diapers. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Brooke Nichols and I am back here with another video from Nature's Premiere. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. So, like the title suggests, if you want to reduce your eco footprint, switch to cloth diapers. Now, a lot of people who hear the word cloth diapers, it kind of like triggers an emotional response in them, and they have a million different reasons why they couldn't possibly use cloth diapers. They're too bulky, they're too hot, I don't like them, they're too big, they're not cute, they're weird, they're too yuppie, they're too hippie, they're too this, they're too that, my daycare won't allow them, my husband, my spouse, my babysitter doesn't want to use them, I have no room to store them. There's like so many different, and I'm sure you guys can tell that I've heard every excuse in the book why you shouldn't use cloth diapers. Now, of course, if you're looking at it from like just an optional point of view, I'd rather use disposables. They're smaller, they're more convenient, they're easier to use, anyone can use them, I don't have to store them, yada yada yada, whatever. Like, when you're looking at it as like an optional thing, then of course it's going to be something that like, maybe some other time, or not really interested, I'd rather use disposables. But when you look at it from like more of a like purpose, like why am I going to use cloth diapers over disposables, when there's a meaning behind it, when there's a core fight of why you choose to use cloth diapers over it, then that's a different thing. We have a lot of families that contact us here at the service that want to reduce their environmental footprint. They just don't know how to get started. And I think that cloth diapers have a bad rap because, services in the days of yore, they had a pretty gnarly setup, you know what I mean? Like a lot of families would boil diapers. They just do a lot of things that like today you wouldn't really want to deal with, right? Like you just wouldn't want to deal with that. But cloth diapers are starting to pick up steam, and for a lot of different reasons. Some families like to be a little different, they like to be unique, they like to have their children in different things, different patterns, and they like the different type of aura that cloth diapers give when they, change their baby in a play date, right? There's a lot of families that do that, and I'm not just saying that, but a lot of families also want to reduce their chemical exposure to their baby. Sometimes they may, break out more with disposable diapers. We hear that constantly. So they want to switch to cloth diapers. But for me, why I started was because I felt very guilty throwing something away. In a society where we're pushing more reusables such as straws, cups, water bottles, napkins, everything today is being pushed for reusable, and as it should be. But for some reason, disposable diapers are kind of still like hanging out, right? They're still doing their thing. Not too many people are like, resisting what they're doing. There is like a little movement building up for sure. You look at the hashtags on Instagram and things like that, and you'll see there's a lot of people starting to use them, but there's still not enough. Like the mass majority of people still use disposable diapers. You have celebrities coming out with their own brands, you have different brands offering different things, and it's really very enticing for families, especially when you have little ones at home, or you're a new mom and you're tired and you're trying to bond with your baby. The last thing you want to deal with is a cloth diaper and learning how it works. Now, cloth diapers do have a slight learning curve, and that's for any type of diaper that you use, but I'm telling you, if you have someone that's experienced with you, if you watch some YouTube videos, watch videos by Nature's Premiere, you're going to get the hang of it. You're going to understand how to use it, and it's going to be like that. Take you a second longer to do it than disposable, and I can probably change a cloth diaper faster than a disposable now because I've changed probably 5 million of them, no lie. But I will say that sometimes when there's a movement behind the reason why you're choosing a product, then you're more apt to use it. Now again, mine was for environmental reasons. I am a unapologetic environmentalist. I've been a vegetarian since I was a little girl, on my own accord, in a family of hunters. I'm just someone that's very passionate about the environment, passionate about our fellow earthlings. I'm a big empath, right? Like I'm just a big empath. That's pretty much what I'm going to say. And unfortunately, or fortunately for the environment, and unfortunately for me growing up, I was very anxious about like the impact I was making. And that, I thought would kind of die down when I had kids, but it only got worse. So when my youngest, or my oldest rather, was born, I knew that I was never going to use disposable diapers because I knew that it wasn't just something that fit with my lifestyle. I didn't want to throw it away. I knew there were better options for the environment. And once I got into using cloth diapers and I saw that more and more people were very curious about it, that's when I started Nature's Premiere back in 2009. But I did it with a different twist, and that was to speak about the environmental impacts, to really educate families. Now, the reason why one would switch to cloth diapers over disposable diapers is because cloth diapers are reusable. That is the number one reason. Cloth diapers are reusable. They're not continuing to take resources for every single time you use them like a disposable diaper does. Disposable diapers not only have chemicals, they have different types of plastics, and they have unrenewable resources, and it's something that really does affect the environment. And when you think that a diaper, right, like the amount of time that you use a diaper is what? Like the lifespan's 2 hours, if that, just rounding out. Could be a little longer, could certainly be a lot less. The diaper is on average 2-hour lifespan. But you're throwing it in a garbage that's going to be shipped to these landfills, and it's going to sit there for a very, very, very long time. Now, some diaper advocates for disposable diapers will say there's no possible way it would take 500 years, yada, 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 yada. But as we talk about on the Nature's Premier podcast, 95% of plastic that has ever been created is still on the planet today. So what makes you think that disposable diapers that are getting thrown into a landfill with literally hundreds of tons of pounds put on top of it would break down any faster, especially when there's no exposure to the sun, there's no water content, you don't have any oxygen, it's an anaerobic environment, it's not suitable to break down. So what happens is these garbage piles, these garbage landfills build up, and then they make it like a dead zone. So they close the plant down, they open up another one. Like, this is what's happening. We're using, consuming, and we're filling these areas up, and we're leaving them there, and we're starting new ones. There are thousands of landfills that are closed in the United States alone. This is not accounting for Canada. This is not accounting for Europe. In the United States alone, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of landfills. And a lot of them are becoming closed, and we're running out of land space. They say in Los Angeles, we don't have any more landfill space, and in New York, I know for a fact, or Long Island rather, we are shipping our garbage out of our location because there's just simply no room. There's a big problem, and it's not getting any better. Our population's growing, we're using more and more consumables, we're constantly consuming, we're constantly throwing away, and these disposable diaper companies know that. They know that parents are busy, they know that they need something easy, and they're feeding on that at the cost of the environment. So if they want to really make an environmental impact themselves, they would do something like Nature's Premier and start a composting facility. They would open up compost facilities throughout the country, and that would be absolutely amazing, and that would really make a big, big, big difference in our environment. That's something that, could certainly help. You could certainly have your cake and eat it too, but you have to break it down, and it can't go back into a landfill. Now, some other reasons that are also environmentally friendly, with the cloth diapers is that with cloth diapers, you reuse them and then you can give them away. You can sell them. You cannot do that with a disposable diaper. So if you are in a family on a budget, like every family should be on a budget, in my personal opinion. We should all have some kind of budget, right? Because, money handling can get wild. But, if you're a family on a budget, buying cloth diapers may seem like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money at first, but I'm telling you, you can turn around and sell it and you can make half your money back with diapers that your kids use. You know what I mean? So it's just very, very, very important to take that into consideration, when you're looking to reduce your environmental footprint. That is something that if you didn't even use, I'm a big advocate for water bottles, reusable straws, and all that good stuff, but if you didn't even do that yet and you just switched to cloth diapers, you would be making such a gigantic impact on your local environment, and on the environment everywhere. Because honestly, one thing affects one another. It's all affecting us. This is all of our land, right? Like, we're all sharing this together. We're all earthlings. As corny as it sounds, it's true. And it's something that, a lot of people need to take into consideration. Plus, we're raising our children with the best for our kids. How can we possibly give our kids the best if there's no beautiful environment to give them, right? We're just gonna have, our kids grow up into garbage lands? Like, it's wild, you know what I mean? And making the switch to cloth diapers is just so simple. Now, for some families, they may have financial hardships. In that case, I would recommend getting secondhand diapers, either on eBay, Diaper Swappers, Craigslist, and the like, and some families are like, well, my daycares don't provide and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, daycares, if you're using a diaper service or bringing your own diapers, they're supposed to. There's no regulations, at least in New York, that say you can't use cloth diapers in daycares. A lot of that is for short-handed staff, and they don't want to change the baby as frequently. But there's definitely ways that you can switch to cloth diapers and not have it be such a headache on you and your family, because of course you want it to be easy, but you have to understand that there is a core movement of using cloth diapers, and it's just so important that we kind of get behind that. So if you want to make a big impact on the environment, switch to cloth diapers. You're going to be reducing your consumption of using disposable diapers, where over, if you have to figure it, the average is over 2,500 diapers getting thrown into the landfill every single year per baby. You know, it could be a little less, could be a little more, but that's a lot of garbage. We have over 300 million families, people living in the United States. Now, you have to like think, what, a couple million of those are kids? You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, you guys. It's absolutely wild. It's just hard to like comprehend when you put a baby next to a gigantic pile, over 2,000 diapers. It looks comical, but it's true. Where are they going? They're going into landfills, and we're running out of room. So if you want to make a big environmental impact for your children, for your friends, for your family, and for yourself, and just give back to the environment, reduce your eco footprint, switch to cloth diapers today. We're going to have a lot more videos on how to use cloth diapers, on the benefits of cloth diapers that are just aside from, you know, the environmental benefits. You have the benefits of, you know, potty training earlier, reducing your chemical exposure, being able to sell the diapers. There's just so many things that you can do with cloth diapers, you guys, and you'll get down to the rabbit hole of sustainability when you're like, wow, how could we have done this for so long? It's such a reckless pattern, and it needs to stop now. A lot of indie companies are coming up. They're bringing new diapers to the table. They're trying to help families to, you know, switch to cloth diapers, learn more about cloth diapers. So definitely check out different accounts. You know, there's so many different companies doing great things, like Nature's Premier. We have been a diaper service the last 10 years, and we make it super easy for families not to wash at home. But if you're a family that prefers to have more diapering options and to wash at home, you can certainly do that too. Now, I will say a lot of cloth diaper critics will say, oh, well, the water that goes into washing the diapers is just as bad as disposables. And that's just simply not the case. A lot of water, it takes a lot of water for, you know, disposable diapers to get made. That's number one. Also, disposable diapers get thrown out and they're sitting in landfills for hundreds of years. That's number two. Yes, cloth diapers have to be laundered. Yes, they have detergents, but you can use marine-friendly detergents, which I'm actually very big on. Use marine-friendly detergents, and you can, you know, reduce your water use by doing different tricks with your washing machine. You can use a diaper service that use already high-efficiency washing machines. There's ways you can cut your water use, but literally it's like another load of laundry. So saying that is like saying washing your laundry is bad for the environment. You know what I mean? Like the critics just, they don't really have it all together, in my personal opinion, with saying cloth diapers are not as good for the environment as people say, or studies show they're not as good for the environment. I mean, let's be honest, they're reusable. You can reuse them for years, for years, for years. With the service, we take diapers that we no longer use as part of the diaper service, and we donate them to children who are using disposable diapers like a cloth diaper. No lie, they'll use them. They'll use these diapers for multiple passings of their, you know, bodily functions. It's very sad. So we'll give back in that way. And you can't do that with disposable diapers. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do that. These diapers will last for 50 years if you take care of them. We have housekeepers that use them for their rags. We have car detailers that use them. We have pet shelters, you know, different locations that use them, different women's shelters. I'm telling you, these diapers are awesome, and they really do help the environment. And if you can take anything and use it for something else, then obviously it's going to be better for the environment. What can you use disposable diapers on once you use them? They tie them in that tight little ball, they throw them in the garbage, and they never think about them again. We have to get on the mentality that what we do has to have a purpose, right? Like, if we're throwing it out, okay, where is that going? What's happening with that? You know, how much, like, how long is it going to take to break down? When you look at cloth diapers, you're like, okay, this takes about 3 hours to clean. This might last 10 years between my kids. I'll donate them to a shelter. There's just so much that you can give back with cloth diapers that you can't do with disposable diapers. And honestly, the amount of impact that goes into, the amount of resources that go into making a disposable diaper, it's absolutely criminal in my personal opinion. So I think if more families are, you know, understanding that it's just more environmentally friendly to use cloth diapers, to reduce your chemical exposure, to help clear up our landfill space, you are making a difference. If you think you're not big enough to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito in your room. That's one of my favorite quotes from the Dalai Lama. I love it so much because it makes such a big impact, especially on how I perceive what I can do, what I can share with families, and hopefully what others can think of themselves. So again, if you want to reduce your environmental footprint, switch to cloth diapers today and check out a company like Nature's Premier. We will give you advice for free. We will not charge you. We will not try to get anything out of you. We literally want to spread the word of cloth diapers because we believe in what we do and we are true environmentalists at heart. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below, and please do make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that bell, and subscribe to our channel so you do not miss any upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Brooke Nichols with Nature's Premier, and I will check you back on the next video. Take care, friends.